Welcome to Just John and April, the relationship podcast, your place for life, love, and laughs. In today's episode, Is He the One? What you really think, and the word of the day. Hey, babe.
Hey.
How you doing?
Good.
You excited about the next episode today?
I am.
How's your hip?
You know, you did not have to mention
I'm just saying, coming into the second episode, there are people that are worried.
No, they're not. They're not even
Yes,
thinking
they are.
about that.
They're wondering about whether or not your hip is okay.
My hip is great.
Okay, good.
Moving on.
All right. So her hip is back to normal now. So we're happy about that.
Okay.
We got some good news. We got some good news just the other day. We're very, very excited. This is a big deal. My brother and his wife are having a baby, which we already knew. But we're excited because they had a gender reveal party. Mm-hmm. I guess it was a party. And we know the gender. And I won.
You did.
I guess correctly.
You did a good job.
Yay me.
Yeah, so I was thinking about that. And what do you think about these this whole gender reveal parties now? I mean, like, what's up with that? You know?
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, so
it's a new thing now.
It's new. But I like it. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Mm-hmm. What I like about what it seems like to me is it seems like people are basically using social media as a means to communicate with other people about what's happening. So it's kind of like, you know, with me and you, we had our first baby, except there wasn't anything like that, and we just picked up the phone and called people. So I mean, to me it seems fine. It seems like it's cool. You know, I don't think I have a problem with it. Do you?
I don't either. No,
how do you feel?
I think
about
it's cute. I think it's so cute.
Okay.
I'm so glad that Paul and Taina decided to do that. They did it, and it was really cute.
It was.
So I like them.
Right. I think they're cool too. Now, here's the real question. This is what I really want to know.
What?
Because if you really think about it, we got married so long ago that there weren't any of these technological advances at the time. So
you are so right.
Are you in any way, be honest, are you in any way jealous about the fact that we didn't get to take advantage of any of that stuff?
Yeah. You know what? I wouldn't say jealous, but I would say that I do have a little bit of a, man, I wish that, you know, we had that technology then. Because like, I mean, we thought we were off the chain sending invitations through email.
Right, exactly. That's all we could do.
I was like, oh yeah, we get to send
email was just getting popular at
I created my own invitation and emailed it to people.
That's
Man,
hilarious.
that was so dope.
And that saved us a boatload of money.
Man, that was so good. So I do feel like, though, now, to be honest with you, I don't think I would spend the money on save the dates.
Okay.
That's a new thing.
Are you saying
I just feel like
you're talking about the actual invitation that comes before the invitation?
Right, the save the dates.
The paper one.
What do you mean, the paper one?
Well, what I'm saying is, aren't there email save the dates?
I haven't seen email save the dates.
Okay, why can't you do what? Oh, but we did email invitations. You can't do
What you
email
mean
save
the paper
dates?
one, honey? They are magnets, pins. I mean, they got all kinds of stuff. So you cannot say the paper one because there are no paper save the dates.
That's something we didn't have.
I guess
what you're saying is
but
that was something that we didn't have when we first got married.
Right, and I'm saying I don't
You
care
wouldn't even
about
spend your money on it.
because that's
Okay.
too much money. Save the dates, you know.
Right.
They're tossed. Not necessarily. I guess if it's a magnet, you'll stick it on your refrigerator. But
maybe.
I'm just saying I wouldn't with that. But like the websites, man,
Dude,
I love that. I love the websites.
Okay, so I'm not jealous either. Mm-hmm. But let me tell you the problem that I have with our stuff.
What?
This is the one thing I wish was possible when we were actually getting married.
What?
You realize that our video was a VHS, right?
Oh, man. You could hear.
Babe, you have to use the tracking on the joint to actually see and not get you know what I'm saying? It doesn't make any sense. We didn't have a DVD.
No, that's true.
You realize that?
Yeah.
So I'm just saying,
stuff
that's
like
the thing. But see, not only that, but what they do today is they don't actually put a video together of your entire wedding. They make like a 10-minute thing.
That is so
I wish we could do
cute.
that.
Now, I wish we had that.
That's the one thing I wish we could do that we didn't get to do.
You know what? We can do it.
How do we do that, April?
You just do it.
April, we have to get remarried. You can't go back and use that old footage.
You just do it. No, we'll lose the weight to get back in our clothes.
Babe, please. You know how much weight I have to lose to get back in that suit?
I will lose the weight to get back in my dress, like
Please.
30 pounds.
No way.
I'm just kidding.
That's not happening.
No, seriously.
I'm not doing that.
And you know what else?
April, maybe we're
doing a gender reveal. If we want to have a gender reveal. We should be able to have what we didn't have.
April, do you understand how old your womb is at this point?
Oh, no, you did not just say that. I know you did not just say that. My womb is not old. Thank you.
First of all,
excuse me. These days, women are having kids at 50.
That's true.
So I had plenty of time to have more children.
But based on a little procedure that I had, you're going to have to do it with somebody else.
I'm just saying.
So I'm just saying.
Don't you dare call my womb. I know you did not just say that. No.
It's a little.
Sorry, I'm getting a little.
You have an experience.
Too much.
You have an experienced womb.
No. That's too much. But yes, I do believe that we can do a gender reveal. And I'm doing a gender reveal.
Okay, how are you going to do that?
With or without you.
Okay.
You'll see.
So my question is, are the people that already
gender revealed?
Are the people
That's
that
what I'm gonna call it?
Are the people that already
Gender's
know John and Julia
revealed.
going to know
Gender
that
revealed.
What a yes!
Start something new. You could do a gender revealed.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
I am starting that.
So what you're saying is you're protesting and you're using the new technology, even though you're already married. Yes. So I want to talk to you about something because there's a question we get a lot, and actually, of the years that we've been kind of dealing with couples and stuff like that, there's a question I think that we get recurring pretty much all the time, and the question is, how do you know when a person is the one? And
that's definitely a question we get often.
It is. And you know, the answer that is most used when somebody asks, how do you know whether or not a person's the one? What's the answer that's most used?
You just know.
You just know. People say that all the time.
Yeah.
And, you know, we've said it.
Yeah.
We've told people that.
It's true. I mean, in a way.
And that's true. I agree.
It is true.
I believe
in a way, you do just know.
There is something different about it that if you've ever been in a relationship before then, and you have something to compare it to, a lot of times, well, and you know what, there's some people that we know of that have only dated that one person. They got married. They're still married now 50 years or whatever. So, you know, I guess it's possible to just know even if you've never dated. But for some reason, you just know is a real thing.
It is. It is.
But
and you won't know that you just know until you just know.
Exactly. You just know.
You know, and people say, what does that mean? Well, you won't know until you just know.
That's true.
So,
exactly. So we really can't explain that part.
Yeah.
But I thought it would be good if maybe we shared some things with people about things about each other that made us feel like we were convinced that each other was the one. And maybe that will help people to, you know, come to an understanding or something like that. So
okay.
I can think of two things. Now, I can think of probably more than two, but there's two things that I can think of right now that are reasons why I thought you were the one.
I can think of two things.
You can think of two?
Yeah.
Okay.
I knew you were the one. I would say when I loved everything about you.
And you said loved.
Well, I'm
okay, I'm just wondering. Okay. All right,
I'm talking about, I love everything about you. I'm talking about when we first got together, when we were dating. Okay. Now, this is just one thing, but I feel like it means a lot to me because I loved the way that you, smelled.
Wow.
And these things are a big deal to me. I know it sounds stupid, but I loved the way you moved when you played basketball, when we went bowling, when we walked, when we ran, when we, you got on a roller coaster and you screamed, you didn't look crazy where I was like, ugh. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so what you're saying is before that, every other person, there was at least one thing.
It was something I couldn't take. You know what I mean? Like, oh man, is that what I'm going to have to see every time? Or that's how that smell is kind of, I know that doesn't seem like a big deal, but this is only one reason. Right. One thing. Yeah. I love the way you ate.
Really?
Yes.
But I've never heard you say that to me. I've never heard you. Really? The way I ate?
Really?
I've never heard you say that in my life.
Yes.
Interesting. Okay.
So, I dated a guy one time and watching him bowl was like, oh my goodness, it was cringy. Like I couldn't even. So, those things I really.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. You learn something new every day.
Yeah. I loved your basketball feet. And what
are basketball feet? Okay,
so men who play basketball, ladies, you know this is true. The feet are just different.
You mean like ugly?
Well, yes.
Okay.
They're special feet. And your basketball feet are they're beautiful.
They're not really basketball-y?
No, I'm like, how does this guy who played basketball a long time, hours of basketball throughout your life, have feet like that. That's
interesting.
So anyway.
Wow.
That's how I knew you were the one. Your feet.
Wow, my feet, my basketball feet. Okay.
That's one thing.
Wow. That's very interesting. Okay. Well, okay, so I'll tell you one. For some reason, you were the first girl that I'd ever been with where I didn't feel like I had to pretend. I didn't have to pretend anything. I didn't have to be somebody other than I was. I didn't have to act like I was better than I was. I didn't have to try to be funny it was weird. It was like for the first time in my life, I had a person who it seemed like just accepted everything about me. And maybe now that you said what you said, maybe that's why. Because,
I did.
Yeah. But that was huge for me. You do. Good. that was huge for me because it made it so that I actually, I became like better at everything. So like, for instance, I was better with my grades and my studies than I'd ever been before. Like I just like became my best self.
Right.
I was better with my relationships with people. I remember wanting, to be nicer to my mom.
Really?
Yes.
I've never heard you say that. what is happening here?
I don't know.
It's like we're sitting on the couch or something.
Exactly. Anyway, but the point is, I don't know why. I don't know what it was about that, but I had never experienced that before.
Wow.
And I felt like this is so different. This must be what it's like to date somebody who's the one. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And I mean, these are things that I thought of very early on, like after our first conversation, after our first real encounters with each other. It was so different than I'd ever experienced before. And I was like, I want to have this the rest of my life.
Aww.
Anyway, I'm not trying to be sappy.
Okay. All right, so my turn?
Yes.
All right, so another reason I knew you were the one. And this is a real one. Not that the first one wasn't, but this one's meaty, I guess.
Okay, all right.
Is that you showed me early on that you were a real man. That was so important to me, because my dad's a real man.
Right. That's true.
And your
dad's like a man's man.
He's a man's man.
Right.
And I always looked up to my dad, and I always wanted a man like my dad,
right,
who is a man.
Right.
And a man is not afraid to handle things.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You need to go and handle some business, and a man's going to handle his business.
Okay.
And you handle your business.
I was a bending man.
You're bending man,
right, Okay.
And I love that. And the fact that, you were confident. You weren't afraid to do stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. That just really made me feel like, man, I really love that, in a man. And that's the kind of man I want. And so you showed all those things. And one thing that stood out to me was when a guy would hit on me, like when we're out or something.
Right.
And you would basically look at the dude and be like, I get it. I understand. And I'm like, what?
I still do that now.
Instead of, getting jealous or being like, you looking at him or whatever. It was, hey, I get why he's talking to you.
Because she is fine.
And I'm like, wow.
If you have eyes, then it makes sense that you would react that way.
I'm talking right
now. Sorry.
That security, a secure man, where where you stand, that was just a big deal. So the fact that you are a man,
wow,
made me know that you were the one of the reasons why.
I didn't know that either. Okay, so mine is similar in that it was an attribute I saw in my mom that I saw in you.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't know this until we started dating. I didn't know how important it was to me that my wife had a mind of her own. And what I liked about you then, which was different than any other girl that I had dated before, you weren't afraid to tell me how you really felt about something for fear that it would make me upset and I might stop liking you. You just told me how you felt about things. You didn't do it in a way that was mean or rude or anything like that, but you had your own mind. So, I always wanted a person who challenged me. I didn't want a person who was just going to say, what do you want to do? And then that's it. Like I say, hey, what should we do? And you say, well, I don't know. What do you want to do? I wanted someone who actually had an opinion and was willing to share it and wanted to say it. And so you were always articulate. You were always funny. You always had things you wanted to say and things like that. But the most important thing to me, and I didn't realize how important it was to me, was someone who wasn't just going to let me get away with doing whatever and just be, like walk over you or something like that. You still are a strong woman who has her own mind. And for me, that was huge. I really wanted that. Mm-hmm. And my mom is like that, obviously, mom. Of She's,
yeah.
She has her own opinion and she, mm-hmm. she's going to voice it. She's not going to back down mm-hmm. from anything. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't like you were overbearing or trying to be in control of the relationship. You know what I'm saying? And it was weird. It was like you had your own mind, but you were still like willing to, I don't know, follow me. It was, I don't even know how to really explain that.
Well, again, I wouldn't be following you if you weren't a man.
Okay. Well,
a real man.
Right.
Who's willing and ready to take the responsibility
right.
and to lead in
right.
the right way and
right.
to want good things for,
right.
I could see that in the beginning.
Yeah.
So, well, you know what that is, the whole, me being able to, speak up.
And assert yourself so like that. No, what is that?
That's that ATL, Shawty Red. That's that ATL.
Oh, brother.
That's that Georgia Peach.
Here we go.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
You are Georgia Peach, though.
Just saying. It is what it is.
So it's funny how all the Nixon men, all the ones in my family, all married Southern women.
Yeah.
I don't know what's
know
up with
deal.
that. Well, maybe.
No, but seriously, I definitely love you.
I love you too. And you're definitely, there's no question, I knew you were the one. But again, even saying all that, the only way to really describe all the different things together in one thing was kind of, you just know. It was just different than anything had been before that. And I'm going to be honest
with you. The night that we talked on the phone for the first time.
Right. I said it was 4 hours. You said it was 6 hours, but whatever.
I knew then that you were the one.
Right.
But I couldn't say that.
Right.
Because I was like, this is way too early.
I came away with the same feeling. It was like this distinct feeling that this was very different, like drastically different.
Right.
Where from the very beginning, I could tell this is going to work.
Knew. Yeah.
And I don't know why.
I don't know. So you do know.
Yeah.
You just know.
Yeah.
But you also, I feel like afterwards, this is how I'm going to say it. You know, but then afterwards you have all the signs that
so it gets confirmed. Okay. All right.
That what you felt was real.
Okay.
So what you could say is, you may feel like this is the one, but as you take the time to see if there are red flags that might show you that feeling might have been false.
Right.
Then you have to listen. You got to see the red flags and say, okay, that feeling was false.
So you're saying it's possible to come away from a situation thinking, wow, this could be the one, and then find out later on, there's no confirming things. There's no confirmation.
And I've seen people say, oh, she is it. She is it.
Right.
Or he's it. This is it. This is it. I'm not looking no more. And then they get through the relationship and realize, no, I don't think so.
Yeah.
There's some things there that I'm not willing to accept.
Right.
And that person's not the one.
Right.
So I think that can happen.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad I found mine zone. You are the one.
Me too, honey.
Yeah.
Me too. Okay. Are you ready for
what you really think?
Yes, I am. This is a game where I believe April has 5 phrases. It's like a word association game. April has 5 phrases or words that she's going to say, and I have to respond immediately with whatever the first thing is that comes to my mind.
Exactly.
Okay, now, hold on. Let me just say this. We did not practice this. I don't know any of these.
No idea.
I have no clue. So literally, I have no clue what she's going to do. She's probably going to sabotage me and find.
I'm not sabotaging you. You ready?
Yes. What you really think.
What you really think. Kardashians.
Ratchet.
Folks hollering at me at the grocery store.
I completely understand.
A man bun.
Why would you do that?
Women wearing headscarves to bed.
Sometimes it's ugly. I don't know.
Wow.
Okay, hold on. Okay, I'll say this.
That shows the truth.
A turn off. Let's say that.
Okay. LeBron not making the playoffs.
Predictable.
Ooh, predictable.
Is that the last one?
Wow.
Yeah, man. Because look, seriously, just for a second. Okay, for real.
Oh.
You could tell from the beginning when they were putting the team together that they weren't really putting that much effort into it.
Yeah.
I mean, the guys that they got to put around LeBron, they figured they could just throw a team together that would just automatically work. That works in Cleveland because the East is so weak and because Cleveland is such, the conference that they're in is so weak. So you can have a bunch of guys around him and he'll make it to the finals, it's not a problem. But him not making it to the finals this year is actually predictable.
Oh, wow.
To me.
Okay. All right.
Anyway, so that was quick. You didn't learn anything new during that situation, except that maybe.
No, I did. I did not know you were going to say turn off with the headscarves.
Let's just talk about that for a second.
That's the first word.
Let's just pause for a second.
Wow,
All right,
first
so
thing.
men, be honest. When your wife wears a headscarf to bed, depending on what it is, be honest, it might be a turnoff. Now, here's the only reason why I know that. I had no idea until recently. April bought, you remember this thing you bought?
Okay, let me tell y'all what I did.
April bought a new kind of pillowcase.
I bought the silk pillowcase because I said to myself,
okay, hold on. Before you keep going, men, look at me. Look at me right here. You looking? Get your wife a silk pillowcase. I thought this was for every woman.
I decided to get a silk pillowcase because I wanted to just wear my hair to bed
without putting it in some kind of scarf,
so that my husband could actually not have to see a headscarf every night. So I got the silk pillowcase because it's good for your hair, and you don't want to sleep on a cotton one because it can break your hair off. Mm-hmm. So I got the silk,
can I ask
and
a
so
question?
I go to bed without a scarf on now. But look how I have to wear my hair though.
So my point is,
so that was actually surprising. I didn't know.
But what I'm saying though is now that she's not wearing the scarf to bed, and see, this is weird. You know how you don't know how something affects you until it changes. April's been wearing a scarf to bed, a headscarf to bed, our whole marriage. And then like 6 months ago or whatever it was, she stopped wearing anything to bed. She just come to bed with her hair just how it is. Dude, it's so much better. I mean, it's like night and day.
But when I do get my hair, if I get my hair done, or if I do my hair and I curl it, I have to wear a scarf.
My point is that it doesn't matter every day, but there are some days when and then she comes to bed in a headscarf. So I'm just saying.
Okay, next subject.
Okay, so we got word of the day. Word of the day today is actually one of those compound words, hyphenated. It's really 3 words in one, all right? The word of the day is ride or die.
Yeah.
And the reason I chose that word is because this is my ride or die. Obviously, we were talking about being the one. Yeah, you've been my ride or die since day one, like for real.
Seriously.
And we've been through literally everything.
Oh my goodness.
And it's been like,
we have been through a lot.
For real. Anyway, so ride or die was originally a phrase that was like a biker term that bikers used to basically say, if I can't ride, I'd rather die. Mm-hmm. And then it kind of morphed into boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife kind of thing, which basically said, I'm going to ride with you through any situation, even if it means I have to die. I love that. That's basically that. To me, that really encapsulates how I feel about our relationship. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really glad that I got my ride or die. I hope you find yours. You know what I'm saying? You need to find yours at some point. Well, thanks for watching Just John and April. Until next time, we'll see you.
All right. Bye.
Hi, everybody. Today is my genders revealed party. Woo! I'm so excited. I told you I was going to do this. My friends did not support. My husband did not support, but I don't care. I am having my genders revealed party. So, are you ready? Okay, let's do this. 4, 3, 2, 1. Just what I wanted. Yay! Oh my goodness.
I'm going inside.
Yeah, I'm kind of hungry.
What? Guys!